everything leading up to this boss fight to build it up. And the boss fight itself, I mean, it's cool, but overall relatively generic. So I would give it a C.
Yeah, I'm happy with her at B. She was definitely too easy.
I think she was mostly generic because, again, so many bosses have that same move where they hop up and they spin around in midair and then just crash across the entire...
start rolling, yeah. They could have done more with the whole, like, centipede gig. Maybe she could have been, like, creepily crawling instead of rolling, because everyone rolls.
Yeah, or maybe she, like, curls up in a ball before, like, expanding into... Yeah. Yeah.
They could have been more creative with Rumina. I like the Rumina design. I think that's pretty much it. Also, Acme, move the Divine Beast to A. Move him down.
Move him down? Why?
I've decided. Move him down.
Why?
Just because of the bosses he's next to at S. He's next to Bale and Mesmer. I loved those two so much. I didn't love him as much.
Okay, moving on. This boss is gonna make you a little mad. Midra, the Lord of Frenzied Flame.
Why would that make me mad? What?
Does he know?
Oh, the sad story of Midra?
No, Madness. That's the Madness boss.
Oh.
Come.
I was thinking about it. Frenzy. I was thinking about Frenzy.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll cut it to make you look better. This boss is gonna make you a little mad. Midra, the Lord.
What?
I think Midra is a solid A. His moveset is...
Same!
His moveset is easy to learn, and it's not super complicated or intense. I think he's a really... You know what? Fuck it. S.
Whoa, S. You like him as much as you like Mesmer and Bale.
Yeah. He was fun to learn the patterns and learn how to dodge the area of effect, flame attacks. His attack patterns were much slower than some of the other bosses, which made them easier to figure out, but they still hit decently hard. Actually, yeah, I think I gotta put him to A because the way you get to him fucking sucks. That shit is a waste of my fucking time.
I can't believe that we can't use the horse, because, like, it just becomes tedious, because the way they designed it is so, like, wide and kind of flat, that it doesn't take too long of a time to get to the mansion, if you know where you're going. But it's just not interesting, because it's just flat.
I felt Midro was a solid A. I felt like his moveset was fair, and it was fun to play against. You can exploit certain cheese tactics against bosses, but if you don't against Midra, it's a pretty fun, fair, and balanced fight.
I didn't do that for all attempts. I did that for my winning attempt.
Yeah, your win condition.
Yeah, no, I lied. I did it for all attempts.
So we've got two more bosses to fight against. The next boss...
Meteor, Mother of Angels. Do you like Meteor? Dude, every time people talk about Meteor, they're always in awe and how fun it was. I thought she was a B boss.
I think it's worse than that. I think she's a C. Because if you look at the map and you look at the finger ruins, you basically have two major chunks of the map that are simply dedicated to an Ubisoft-style fetch quest.
Even the design I thought was like kind of lazy, just more fingers, man. We've already have the big hand enemies.
We have the small hand, we have the big hand, and then we have the even bigger hand.
I don't like when she like floats up and I can't hit her. I gotta do nothing but dodge lasers.
There's too many bosses that have a move where they're like,
can't get me, what are you gonna do?
I don't think getting to her is interesting, and I don't think fighting her is all that interesting. I'd put her at C. It's decent, but man. Last on our list, the big chungus of the DLC, Radon, consort of Nicola, whose moveset is extremely oppressive and has caused many people to complain about it. I would give this boss a B, in the sense that I love learning the moveset and trying to overcome it, but I also play on PC, and every time he does the, like, rising attack, where he summons a bunch of light, the frame rate dips to like 20, and I just have to block because I can't dodge it, because the frame rate gets so low.
I know what you're saying. On Xbox, it's pretty chill.
Oh yeah, tell me about the superior console.
We have the hit game of the year, Halo Infinite. Up on the box. My second job, Halo Infinite. What are you gonna do today, Tim? Run Battle Pass. Wow, that's crazy.
So I feel like the main problem with the DLC is kind of exemplified with Radon in that the difficulty is not getting to him, it's fighting him. And in previous Souls games, like especially Bloodborne and Demon Souls, getting to a boss is most of the times harder than fighting the boss, you know?
Absolutely brutal.
But with Radahn, it feels like all of the difficulty in the level design was just plopped onto the boss itself, and now we have this like ultra fast combo. Like, I love learning the combos, but to dodge like 7 or 8 times just to get like 2 hits in with the dagger is kind of like...
Yeah. I mean, again, that's been a common problem. It's been the case for Ilana, for me, for Gaius. Guys
I think Lilana's more manageable than Radahn.
For sure,
because
yeah.
especially, well, the thing is, in the second phase, if you're on PC, not only are you dealing with frame rate issues, but you have that fucking visual effect where every attack he sends out, it's like a...
Particles, pixels.
Yeah, particles, you know?
I actually really don't like that when he hits second phase and you dodge the sword swing, but surprise, there's more holy damage on the ground every single swing.
He also has the fucking, like, Gandalf hair that covers his entire body. So when he turns around like this, and the hair covers his entire body, you can't predict what movie he's gonna turn around with. So I feel like Radahn is kind of an example of how maybe FromSoft is putting too much on the bosses and not enough on the levels. I give this boss a B. I love learning hard patterns to overcome a boss fight, but I also want to be challenged in getting to the boss fight, in getting to Radahn. You can do that really easily.
I think we're different there. I had fun exploring the final.
Yeah, see, you know, I'm going to pretend like I respect your opinion, but deep down I really don't.
When it cuts, he's going to apologize.
Okay, final grading, Radahn, B for me.
This is unfortunately the end of my list. I haven't beaten him yet. Should I tell them?
You can tell, yeah, it's okay.
I've only attempted him like 7 times so far. I haven't beaten him.
But also, like, I've only attempted 7 times. That also says something about how much the difficulty is weighed on the boss itself instead of the area you get to. You still have a valid opinion to give because you fought him 7 times, you know?
Right.
So, if you fought him 7 times, if you were to give Radahn a rating, what would you give him?
8. Yeah, 8.
Okay. And now the real question... Where do you put the golden hippopotamus?
Oh shit!
Is that a requirement? I was waiting for this the whole time, bro.
I actually first write the golden hippopotamus.
Oh my god.
That was a lie.
That was a lie. I knew it.
He didn't know. Golden hippopotamus goes to C tier. Put him in C tier.
S+ for me. S+. Best boss in the DLC. Fuck all the haters. I'm done with this video.
Wait, no, I hate Commander Gaius more.
Okay. Well, folks, that's what we think about the Shadow of the Erdtree Remembrance bosses. Obviously, my opinions, though subjective, are objectively correct. And though I allowed Zanny to come on and talk, his opinions are not as important as mine. But thank you for coming on, Zanny.
To try and protect my home.
How does he have these conflicting
That's not conflicting. That's what I'm saying because I'm being critical of Russia, you. It's not. It's the point. It's the same point. Oh my god. That's insane. All right, speaking of actual fun, we're going to do Bad Empanada, who is now turning into Good Empanada, okay? Who did a video specifically on a classic Keemstar Orbiter slop YouTuber by the name of Willie Mac Show, and addresses some of his criticisms of me. And I think I assume, considering Bad Empanada is very knowledgeable on Israel-Palestine, and Willie Mac Show is not very knowledgeable, I would like to see Willie Mac viewers reminding him about the G video he said he was making a while ago. Some odd reason he stopped making it. They're a bit upset. Yeah, I mean, he's now, Willie Mac Slow is now a totally major Destiny Orbiter. Dude, I get it. Why the fuck wouldn't you be? He literally goes and trolls that subreddit. He just peruses Destiny's subreddit to get like an easy 1 million viewed drama slop video. Like, why the f wouldn't he be excited at that prospect? That probably makes him like 10 grand, you know what I mean? That's easy money. It's easy money to just not know a single damn thing about Israel-Palestine and just be like and make like a Hassan Bad video, you know?
We're gonna have a new segment on the stream, which might never happen again, but I'm calling it a new segment. It's gonna be called Slop Watch, where whenever a slop YouTuber steps out of their lane and talks about something serious, we fact check them. So we're gonna fact check a slop YouTuber who usually talks about like Minecraft streamer drama, but decided to delve into Israel-Palestine recently out of no reason aside from the fact that they hate Hassan. This is basically it. Like, these people used to make drama videos about gaming YouTubers, but then Hassan, you know, he's on the same platform as the gamers, so now, like, they hate him for getting more viewers than them while talking about things that actually matter. So now, like, in between the videos about, like, the latest, like, scandal of, like, I don't know, Pokimane having an affair with Asmongold's dog or some shit like that. You know, like the game of World of Warcraft, League of Legends, whatever the fuck. I'm just throwing out words that I don't know what they mean. You now have this guy who has the brain power of like...
Oxi, eu tava dando contra inimigo aqui, não deu pra falar. Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia. Ah!
Saiu nova temporada de Beastars.
Saiu? Vou eu assistir então. Eu gostei da primeira, mas achei ruim não.
Você não gostou?
Eu gostei da primeira. Ah. Já começou o jogo.
I'm not ready.
Caralho, velho. Bosta. As mortes bestas da porra. Não consigo sair do lugar.
Cadê Júnior?
Tá mutado.
Hã?
Ele tá mutado desde de quando eu entrei.
Júnior. Tiro.
Ah, já começou. Ah, velho. Puta que pariu, velho. Como é que esses bichos me secaram? Caralho. Já começou já a palhaçada. Não consigo enxergar nada.
Face me!
Ah!
I need more time.
Você tá aí, né?
Ah, caralho. Que isso, velho.
Watch this!
Ah, já começou, já, porra, de vento dos infernos. Ah, qual é, velho? Puta que pariu.
Hello, my babes.
Eu tô... Eita.
Nha. Tá melhor ou tá pior?
Eu tô apanhando. Melhor é relativo. Já tô funcionando também. O bicho ainda congela pra ajudar. Vou chegar no level 50 antes de sair daqui pra poder matar esses caras tudo, porque puta que pariu. Olha, eu uso estragou. Ah, porra do negócio segurou minha mana. Como é que eu vou tacar a porra? Ah, meu saco.
Não vai.
Sai! Ah, meu saco. Sai! Ah, já era. Nossa, velho, que bosta. Olha.
Shut up! I'm not ready!
Ah, qual é, véi? Qual é, véi? Não é aqui de novo, não. Agora já era. Começou legal já.
one.
Opa! Opa! Item único. Deixa eu ver. Diminui um pouco meu dano.
An almond telling us what to think about geopolitics, what to think about genocide. So we're going to check out what Willie Mack show has to tell us. Just let's check out the direction of his content. The direction of his content is put someone with lots of followers in the title. There is not a single video on his channel that is not about another YouTuber. And by far the videos that get the most views are the ones about Hassan, so that's why he's making them. So let's check it out. Let's see what he's got to say and let's fact check him for as long as we reasonably can until it becomes so grating that we would prefer not to live anymore. Let's check it out.
Last year I started documenting Hassan for his blatantly false report.
Why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like that? What is this voice, for one? This is not a real person's voice. I thought my video voice was bad. What's this?
Insane meat munching. He made like 20 videos on you. I know. Can you explain what a grifter is and how you're not one? A grifter is a person that doesn't have any sort of like firmly held convictions or any sort of interest in the subject matter that they're covering. And they're basically simply covering it because the algorithm boosts that sort of commentary. Like, for example, if someone has no interest whatsoever in the ongoing genocide that Israel is engaging in Gaza, right? And the only videos that they've ever actually, the only time they've ever actually afforded their platform to talking about this issue is to specifically farm drama off of a polarizing content creator such as myself, to just basically say my reporting on it is bad, and you know, the fact that they have no like real experience in this field whatsoever, and they're simply just like aggregating clip chimps off of you know, a particular subreddit. That would be a perfect demonstration of someone who is a grifter. The reason why I always laugh at the Hassan, you're a grifter allegations is because I have been endlessly consistent on my commentary, on my convictions that I firmly hold on to, and also the fact that not only can not only do my takes stand the test of time fairly well, with some minor exceptions that people seem to make a very big deal about, but that's fine. Grifting to the left is the most idiotic thing that you could possibly do. If I had no real convictions, if I had no real, genuine, personally held political opinions, why the f would I grift to the left? It's the most annoying group of people on the planet, okay? Do you know how many people who also consider themselves to be diehard leftists who hate me? Are you kidding me? It is the most annoying group of people on the planet. Okay? I'm sorry, it's just the truth. There's nothing the left hates more than someone who has an opinion that is a little bit marginally different than theirs. Okay? There is no big ticket donors on the left. Everything on the left has to be grassroots funded by you guys. Obviously, you guys fund this entire broadcast by subscribing, and many of you do, and I'm endlessly grateful for that sort of thing. But the reality of the matter is, there's a reason why. I mean, Bad and Empanada is a great example of this. Bad Empanada on me all the time. You know? And it is what it is, but the left is the stupidest group of people to grift to, because they are annoying, and it's impossible to get any sort of solidarity amongst the left, okay? People will say, you're not far left enough. Some people will say, you're too far left. No such distinctions are usually made on the right, okay? There is very little right-wing infighting, and when it happens, they pack that shit up quickly. The two most prominent examples of right-wing infighting that have occurred over the course of the past couple of years was when Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder duked it out a little bit for a second, okay? But it didn't change the dynamic of the audience that much. Steven Crowder cried about the $50 million contract he got from Daily Wire, and he said it was slave labor, which was hilarious. And then the second most prominent example was when Candace Owens was anti-Israel under the Daily Wire wing, while also being anti-Semitic, of course, and Ben Shapiro was like, you know, anti-Semitism is fine, but anti-Israel I can't stand. That kind of feuding is a daily occurrance on the left. People have, an incredible amount of purity that like standards that they themselves do not abide by, that they try to subject others to. So it's a idiotic thing to do. You think I'm a stupid person? Why does D-grift to the left seems to be working out well for his bank account law? I think that he just is a debate mercenary. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants to be contentious, and he knows that as long as he maintains a liberal posture and backs like the institutional liberalism, he will always be able to maintain some level of an audience. He is not a leftist, though. I don't think Destiny's never really been a leftist. There was like a brief moment where I thought he might be, but he was not. He's just a very annoying liberal who says incredibly reactionary and edgy on a regular basis and will defend it. Yeah, he's perma-stuck on whatever the liberal status quo is, and he'll always defend it. And I think part of the reason why is because if you're going to base your worldview off of like empirical evidence, there's a whole bit of information that's readily available on the liberal side, right? Like, it's great. You can just like go to Wikipedia and just churn out, misunderstand what Wikipedia pages are telling you, and make it seem as though you're, you know, infinitely more knowledgeable on the subject matter than the idiotic right-wingers that you're duking it out with. Because right-wingers not great at debating, and they're not great at understanding reality in general. So I think it's like a very easy way to present yourself as an intellectual giant, an intellectual titan. But overall, he does present a unique part of the space, I will admit that, where he has the energy and the toxicity of a, you know, 4chan poll weirdo, like online forums. He does frequent online forums and like engage in these cynical smear campaigns and stuff like that. But normally those people used to be like Nazis, right? And obviously Destiny himself doesn't care about someone being a neo-Nazi. Like, he'll hang out with them, he'll try to have sex with them, like Lauren Southern. I think he did have sex with her, as far as I understand, according to his ex-wife. And he'll prop their channels up. He'll actually give, you know, Nick Fuentes his phone number to like a bunch of podcasters, so Nick Fuentes can go on the podcast circuit. Like, he'll offer a lifeline to neo-Nazis. He'll collaborate with the likes of Sam Hyde, right? Because he just doesn't have any sort of real ideology, and he'll always be like, "Oh, I'm just debating them," and his audience. And I think he just like picks up a lot of those audience members who are interested in the blood sport of it all, and maybe it makes him seem like he's de-radicalizing people from their you know, former neo-Nazi ways. But the reality is he's just, you know, keeping that same exact energy, but specifically turning them towards being prominent members of his own personal cult that will still go after very similar targets that the neo-Nazis went after, right? Destiny doesn't defend capitalism. Yes, he does. That's neither here nor there, though. Yeah, he's just a guy who's super edgy and a neoliberal, and I think that if the hegemonic attitude towards capitalism swung in the opposite direction somehow overnight magically, which would never happen, of course, he would just be defending that. Anyway, let's continue. I was right about Ukraine. That's right. War is not imminent. Oh, shocked. An Israeli airstrike hit Al Ahli hospital. You were so right. They had a 7,000.
Like, he just puts it in. Like, this is not something that these people like to do. Like, they don't actually have to provide proof or evidence for their claims. They just like point at someone else saying something and insist that it's wrong without being able to explain why. People who consider themselves political commentators do that, so obviously a slop YouTuber is going to do it way more.
1,000 new troops. So what's going to end up happening is that by April, this is going to be done. Yep, didn't bomb the hospital. Change title. That's crazy. This is my first time actually encountering the Willie Mack Show video now, by way of Bad Empanada watching it, and that's amazing that this is what stands for fantastic political commentary that disparages like the 8 to 10 hours that I pour into talking about this subject matter. That is wild. This is the first time I've actually seen a clip of this person's YouTube slop. That's incredible. Like, you apologize and he didn't even include it. I mean, the notion that this will be done by April is you quoting Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure Lamau. Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. It is pretty funny that like I should have sent a bunch of citations for Marx himself on Marx's econ actually involves against the weird pseudo-left debater ideals, and he should have said to me he didn't care because it's not what people debating him say. He doesn't care about truth so much. I don't even know what you're talking about. Hassan never cites his sources. Hassan is out of his depth. Hassan never cites his sources. Hassan only goes on Twitter. These are some of the most common like things that you hear from people, and I think it's because like people want to see smart. People want to feel smart. I get it. I understand that. I understand that interest, and this makes people feel like if, you know, I've rubbed them the wrong way, or if they've seen a bunch of like negative clips about me, videos like this will give people enough like evidence in their minds who are not really paying attention to anything that's going on, that you know, it gives them ample evidence to be like, yeah, he does suck. I actually did feel that way. about him, and now I know exactly why. This guy's just farming, no? Like, if anyone puts any time into you, it's pretty obvious you argue from a good POV and that you're not just arguing out of personal interest and opinion, but actual facts. Yes. I don't think this person has any care or consideration about politics or like a well-defined worldview anyway. I think they're just purely in it for the algo.
IDF didn't bomb the hospital? Yes, it did!
Does this guy provide any evidence that it didn't bomb the hospital? No, he doesn't. He just insisted
Yeah.
it didn't.
That's
And because Hassan said that it did, it must be wrong.
Yes, it did!
I criticize him for being a propagandist, coming to conclusions on breaking news when the story hadn't even been fully reported.
One of the funniest parts about our conversation when this dildo came on the stream was when he didn't even know that, like, my reasoning originally for why Israel bombed Al Ahly was because, one, Israel had bombed the Al Ahly hospital 2 days prior. Two, Israel had bombed a whole bunch of places, including other hospitals that they've forcibly evacuated at that point. And three, BBC and every other Western outlet had also obviously arrived at that same conclusion early on in the morning. Why else? Why would they not arrive at that conclusion? It makes no sense to be like, oh, this must have been a rocket misfire. And last but not least, of course, once again, in the Al Ahly situation, which they never talk about anymore, by the way, they only bring up Al Ahly if you're a dumbass who doesn't know anything about what has happened so far, and there's plenty of people who don't pay attention. So I think that's the reason why they, watch videos like this. I do find it very funny that these guys will be like, the only time they ever talk about it is like, remember the last time Hassan said Israel bombed Al Ahly, which, forensic architecture had already debunked time and time again Israel's counter narratives about what was going on. Like what Israel